here at Jacqueline Dahlstrøm, and we're here at Rogue Invitational. How's Texas been treating you?
It's been great. It's a really cool experience. It's the second, I'd say it's the second biggest competition next to Games. So it's obviously very,
definitely.
And then just prestige getting the invite.
Sure.
When it's only 20. Sure. So it's been really cool.
Yeah. Have you been to Texas before?
No, first time in Texas.
Favorite thing about Texas?
So I'm very into horse riding. I did that as a kid, and I actually got to try the western side horse riding.
Yeah.
So that was really cool for me. I really enjoyed that. And we were also super lucky with where we stayed. So we really got the Texan experience with like going to the barbecue and all of that. So I think that was really cool. Yeah.
Talk about that. How the athlete experience for Rogue was different than the athlete experience for the Games.
I think. Well, it's just so different.
Yeah, Madison, Texas.
Yeah, exactly. And the Games is more of like a military camp. They don't necessarily. I think that is part of like the element of the Games, and I think Castro maybe likes that a bit of like.
I can't imagine Dave in the military.
No, exactly. So that's more of like they want to kind of deplete you a bit like mentally as well. Whilst here at Rogue, you were treated a bit more special. The communication was a lot better. We had a lot less events, so it wasn't as mentally draining as Games. We had our own lockers and excluded a place where we could rest and we were alone. So that was very nice as well.
And plus it's essentially an exhibition.
It's an exhibition. Just the fact that the cost is covered already as well.
That's huge.
We had the hotel paid for. When you're coming from abroad, you also get extra. Like a stipend, to cover the cost of coming in. So,
and it's almost like Rogue. For those that don't know, they actually bought out two hotels and put all the athletes at coach. So it's kind of like in the Olympics, like an athlete village almost.
Exactly.
So it was pretty cool, like experiencing that, in the lobby and just running into. I mean, did you have anything like that where you ran into an athlete that you normally wouldn't talk to and got to know, or?
I think because the field was so small, I did speak to a lot of people I haven't spoken to before. Because I'm European, so you don't. I think the European athletes, they kind of click a bit better, and then with the regionals days, I have met a lot of the European athletes through the regionals days as well. But the American athletes, I don't necessarily know that well. So I got to speak a lot more with a few of those compared to what I've done before.
Well, you're just not only a European athlete, but you essentially train in an island.
Yes.
So talk about that unique dynamic with your training crew and I mean that island was what island?
Mallorca.
Yeah, right off the coast of Spain.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, talk about how unique that is.
That's very. So I met Jon back in 2017.
Yeah, Jon Singleton.
Exactly. Which is now my partner and my coach. So he's been my coach since 2017. We did actually live out of the backpack for like 6 months. I just packed up everything I had, sold my apartment. But then 2018 regionals, I didn't perform as I wanted to. I realized that I can maintain fitness traveling, but it's hard to get better traveling.
Exactly.
So that's when we made the decision to settle down. And Mallorca was then, we were a bit back and forth, but Mallorca is a very good option. Jon speaks Spanish, he knows the island, he's lived there before. It's neutral ground because I'm Norwegian, he's English, so like that's neutral. So I've been living there since 2018. It's a very beautiful, it's an amazing island, so beautiful. It's perfect for training, you can do all the outdoor stuff. So typical like Games training, it's a perfect place. And then right before COVID, Gabby and Christoph then also decided to move over to train with me and then be coached by Jon. So now we've, since then, February, Gabby came actually after the Norwegian CrossFit Championship in 2020. She came. It's like beginning of February 2020. So they've lived there now since, and we're training together, getting the push. It's been good. I think we've, both have, benefited from the push. We're very different athletes, so where I'm good, she gets the push, and where I struggle, she would push me. So, You
talked about those benefits. Your first year was 2019, where you when they invite national champions, but you made it through the sanctionals, and you actually
made it to top 20 in the world in the Open.
That's right. That's right. You're 20 through the Open, but you were in a unique position where you were one of a few athletes that actually won multiple sanctionals.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so
2019 was a really, really good season. It is hard not being able to showcase what I could do at the games in 2019.
Yep.
The workout that year as well was, I would say, quite good for me. It was more bodyweight and gymnastics compared to 2021.
Yes.
So it's obviously very frustrating. I was in good shape in 2019. But yeah, I had a rough year 2020 with the season being cut as well. And it's just, I just turned 30, so like, it was my prime years, and losing one of those very significant kind of seasons. Yeah, it was rough, but yeah, managed to come back again this year. So
yeah, you bounced back, and you actually had a whole,
very solid season.
A solid season, a great performance at the game. Was there a particular event at this year's games that you're like, I really enjoyed, or?
Yes, so actually I really enjoyed the yoke one.
Yeah.
Because that's something that we don't do that often. It was very different, and you could really see the field, and you just had to go for it. So that was a very fun one. Not necessarily my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
So that's kind of two different things. But that was a workout I really enjoyed doing. Just like pushing through.
Yeah. What was the one that you didn't like?
I need to work on my swimming. I've never done a mass start like that before, and there was times I had the guys coming and basically grabbing my shoulder and dragging me underneath. So that was that was a bit of like a panicky. So that's probably the one I didn't like the most. Yeah.
Well, that's something I guess you should probably get used to.
Exactly.
I mean, it seems to be a staple of the games, obviously. So, but it obviously isn't a staple for the Rogue Invitational. Was there an event at the Rogue Invitational that this past weekend where you were like, man, I really like that was my jam, or I really liked that?
I didn't have any jam workouts this weekend. No.
Yeah.
It was a lot of heavy stuff. So
where you said you excel more in the body weight.
Yeah, I'm better
in
like
gymnastics. Yeah, exactly.
Gymnastics.
Yeah.
That being said, though, I didn't necessarily execute on handstand push-ups this weekend either. I just lost my pressing strength. I don't know what happened there, but again, I actually really liked the first workout again. I think because it was a bit different.
Yeah.
Things we don't do that much.
Sure.
So that was a cool one.
No.
I do think that was my favorite.
Yeah. So I mean, the Rogue Invitational is kind of the start of the off season.
Yeah.
You have a busy off season, don't you? A couple of other competitions?
Yeah, so I got the Dubai coming up.
Yes.
So that would be the next one, but then I'm not going to do anything else.
Nothing with Wadapalooza?
No. I'm doing Dubai, and then I'm going to focus on getting back into just optimizing for the 2022 season, basically.
Yeah. I mean, what are your goals for the 2022 game season?
I obviously want to get back to the games.
Yeah.
I would like to improve and just like really showcase what I can do. That being said, I think because we never know what the programming is, and it might be like this year was very strength biased. It might be the same next year, or it might be completely different. You never know. They might have cuts, they might not have cuts. But I do want to push for that top 10. Yeah. And we'll see what happens. Yeah. Always going to try and hard them.
Well, we hope to see you there. We hope to see you there, and best of luck the rest of the year.
Thank you very much.
Hopefully see you in Dubai, and we'll talk to you later.